So we've successfully integrated the live chat in our Shopify site. So the next platform that we're going to integrate the chat widget is on our WordPress and Webflow site. So let's just go right into doing that. As you can see here, this is the WordPress dashboard. I already went ahead and created a website, because the issue I had with WordPress is that you actually need to be on a paid plan in order for you to like add a team or customize the code of a team. So I actually used there's a feature that I used in order to get this running. So I have already created a website. So let's just look at the website that I created. This is just a test website I created on WordPress. So we can be able to like explain how to integrate the live chat on the WordPress site. So let's just go back to the WordPress. Let's just go back. And then in order to integrate the live chat in the WordPress site, we have to like create a new inbox for the WordPress, because the other inbox that we created is specifically for Shopify. So I don't expect you to like have different websites that you are integrating this live chat. You can if you want to, but this is actually, we have to create a new inbox separate from the Shopify. So that's the way you integrate it. You can see at the end of creating the editing the link and creating the inbox, it actually asks us for a space where we can input the URL link. So there's only one link that can go there at a time. So that means we have to create a new inbox for the WordPress site. So let's just do that quickly. Let's go to these inboxes. You can just exit out of that place. We are not using it. So let's go to inboxes, and then we add a new inbox. This is the Shopify site that we added recently. So let's just click add inbox. As usual, we already saw how we did that. So we just go to website, and then we'll put the website name. So for this website, I'll just use a name. I'll just say Bubble, nothing too crazy. So here asks us for the domain. So let's go and copy the domain of our WordPress site. So this is let's open this new tab. Actually have this link. So this is the domain of the WordPress site. So let's just copy it, and then we'll go back to our chat. We paste it into this space, and then we choose a widget color. And this time I will choose something different, something purple. You can actually choose any color that you want. You have that. You have this color wheel to help you. You also have this hex, and you can have a switcher. You can switch to RGB. You can switch to HSL. So this is actually cool. So you can also use the color wheel and choose any one that you want. So let's just choose this. I think that's okay. So as usual, we can add the welcome heading, and we can still say welcome to Bubble, and then add a welcome tagline. Happy to have you here. So, and then we click create inbox, and then we pick another agent. Okay, I think this is the time that I should actually do this. Earlier we used Victor Eke as the agent. In order to add a new agent, you can just go to agents. You can see this box that says add agents. When you click it, it asks you for the agent's name. You can click put a role. Administrator now gives the agent more access to the dashboard. But if you don't want this person to have access to the dashboard, you can just make the person an agent, and then you put an email address of the agent. Once you put this email address, it will prompt you. It will send send a mail to the agent that says that you have been added and you should like accept and stuff like that. So I don't actually have an email to test this out with, but this is how easy it is to add new agents. So if in your company or your business you have multiple agents that you have in your company, you can actually add them through this medium. So we are not adding any agents for now. So let's just continue working with what we had before. So let's just go back to Bubble. So, and then we should add an avatar. Like I earlier said, you always want to add this image to give the live chat, the chat widget a custom feel, like a more homely feel, so that they don't feel as if they are in like a generic chat. They have like a feel that they are still in the website, they are interacting with the same company. So you definitely need to always add an avatar to distinguish the widget and all that. So let us pick a logo. And then one of the best practices of using adding this avatar is that most times you actually want to use your company logo for the avatar, because you can't. Let's just give an example that your company is Facebook, and Facebook logo. You can't have. It's not wise to put like a Twitter logo in that place. I know it's kind of a no-brainer, but you get the idea of what I'm trying to say. So let's just click the emoji and then update. So we've officially added the link of the WordPress site. So what we are left with now is to copy the script code so that we can paste it into the WordPress site and get our widget. So you just click this copy here where you have the script, you copy it and go back to our WordPress site. So now we are on WordPress site. In order to paste that script that we copied, just as we did in the Shopify site, we go to edit theme, but in WordPress it's kind of different. So what you have to do is go to appearance. When you go to appearance, you see theme editor, you click theme editor. So we have the theme editor here. You scroll down to theme footer. So you can see the theme footer PHP file. So this is the body tag where we have the chat with the body tag where we have all the codes inside. So what we have to do is just paste the chat widget here, and as usual, that's what I always do. Like I always say, is add a comment that says this is where the chat widget starts and stops, so we can actually distinguish it from the code of the website. This is not necessary. You can actually omit this. As I earlier said, I actually like doing it just to differentiate it. So we just put the code, the comment there, and then we click update file. So it says file update successfully. So let's just go to our WordPress site and do a refresh. So now we've refreshed, and now you can see the chat widget has been added to our WordPress site. So we actually customize it. You see the color that we chose is actually the color that is on the widget. So you actually want to use a color that is okay. We'll talk about the kind of colors that you should use and stuff like that. So let's just click the widget and then you see it. You can see it has the color, the avatar that we earlier added. It has the welcome to Bubble message, and then happy to have you here message. So you can see it's super easy integrating a live chat, especially Chatwoot, into your business website. Is super easy. So this is how you do that in the live chat in the WordPress site. So we are left with integrating the live chat in Webflow site. But what the issue I had with Webflow is that you actually need a plan to be able to integrate code of the Webflow site. So let's just log in. So I'll just show you what I'm talking about. So we can just create a new project. And then we have a template that Webflow gives us, a free template. So let's just pick any one. Let's just pick any plan here. Okay, these are actually paid plans that they have. Okay, this has free, so let's just pick this one. Okay, only on the starter plan you only have 2 unhosted sites. Okay, that's the issue that I'm talking about. you only have like 2 hosted websites. I had this one earlier, so let me just use this one to illustrate what I want to illustrate. So let's just okay. So our template here of our Webflow site. This is our template that we actually chose. You can see it's nothing too serious, just a dummy page where you have to like customize. So you know how we added the live chat into the Shopify and the WordPress site. Same method. All you have to do is go to the inbox. You click add inbox here. Once you do that, you saw the steps that I followed. If you have any issue, you can actually rewatch this video. It will be made available. You can actually rewatch it if you have any issue. Same method, you add an inbox, you fill up the information in the boxes, and then you paste the link of the site into the URL, and then you can actually have the widget added to the site. So that same way we can get that. But the issue with Webflow is that you actually have to be on a paid plan in order to add a widget. But let me just show you how you can do that if you are ever on a paid plan. So you actually click this settings, this plus sign here that says add element. You click it, you scroll down, you can see embed here. You can see this red caution sign that says it means that I cannot actually add this because I am not on a paid plan. So in order to add that, it's very, very simple. Just copy the script code and paste it into the embed. Click this widget. It should be available for you on the paid plan. Once you click it, you can paste the code of the live chat. So that's the ways you can actually integrate live chat in a WordPress, Shopify, and Webflow sites. So the next question is, does live chat help with conversion and retention? Now, this is a super important question that you need to ask, that I think we should just deal with in the way so that you can understand how conversion and retention works. Okay, let me just give a brief explanation. Conversion and retention is a brief explanation of that. It's like the way that a visitor, the medium by which a visitor is converted into a customer. So that's what that conversion means. And then retention is like making sure that customer that you have converted should be in the business, like should be ingrained into the business. Like you have competitors, like Facebook, and Facebook has competitors like Twitter. So the system by which you convert that user to be on Twitter alone and not be on Facebook. So that's what conversion and retention means, which is very, very crucial in businesses, because this is the method they use in turning visitors into customers. So let's look at how live chat helps with conversion and retention. Found out that customers who use the live chat are 3 times more likely to make a purchase. Therefore, adding live chat to your company's website will lead to an increased conversion rate of 20%. Like I said, the live chat actually, there's what do they call this again? The study that has been carried out by AMA that shows you how the live chat actually has increased sales in businesses. And it's a very, very simple reason, because we are living in a world where social media is the most popular way of interacting with people. So as you are with me right now, we are actually in a social platform where we are interacting. We are not interacting through calls. We are not interacting through email. We are actually interacting through a social network. So this is one of the reasons why live chat feature has exploded, because people are used to this chatting live and all that. So it is no surprise there that it has been one of the most successful ways businesses use in interacting with their customers. And businesses actually have more success when they integrate the live chat into their business. I'll give you a simple example or a story that I actually have experience of. I recently had an issue where I had an issue with a business that I was working with, not really a personal issue, more like a structure that they had that failed. So I actually reached out to the business. I clicked their live chat widget and I sent them a message. In a matter of minutes, I got a reply, and I know how good I felt when I got that reply, because it like shows that what it tells me is that this company actually cares about their customer, and it also tells me that the company wants to really solve the problem and make it easier for me. So that gave me that feel, and that feel you get is a feel that makes conversion happen. It's a feel that makes retention happen. So businesses know this, and that is why it has been something that has been an increase for them in their business. Okay, so let's look at more reasons why this live chat, how it leads to conversion and retention. So another reason is that in this fast-paced world today, where social media is highly adopted and used by many individuals, customers tend to require immediate support or instant reply to their queries or issues. You can leverage this trend by adding a live chat, which will boost your conversion rate as you interact with your customers and provide them with additional value. This actually is like leading to the thing that I just said. I explained this earlier, how social media is actually in high demand and used by many people. So you actually are doing your business a huge good if you actually leverage from this trend that we have. This trend that we have today in our world. So I actually highly suggest that you integrate the live chat in your business and see the transformation that it does. So another wonderful reason is that a larger percentage of customers will stop using a product if a brand is slow to respond in the online chat. Given that live chat responses are typically fast, you will be boosting retention rates greatly. So what this sentence is actually trying to explain is that the live chat it actually gives the business a feel of typically fast replies. So you actually have to be able to reply to your customers or give them support that they need super fast. That's one of the things that the live chat helps you to do, because it's not like a platform like email or calls where you can actually hold calls, you can actually postpone calls, and you can actually say stuff like you are like the 50th person on this call. So there are actually systems that make interacting with your customers or rendering support to your customers. There are things that are set up that makes it difficult and makes it slow. So but the live chat is different because it is in a way that looks as if it's a chat. And so sometimes as humans, we actually get impatient and we don't want to like wait so long. When we send our friend messages and our friend don't reply as quickly as we want them to, we actually get impatient and actually get frustrated. So that's one of the things that the live chat does, is that it makes you have a feel of fast reply and fast support. So that is why brands are actually boosting retention rates, because they are actually giving the customers that fast reply and fast support. So these are the wonderful ways that live chat can lead to conversion and retention in your business. So let's move over to the next slide where we have more discussions. So now the next question is best practices for integrating the live chat in our website. So we've actually looked at how to integrate the live chat in those platforms. We've looked at the how live chat helps with conversion and retention. So now we're going to look at the best practices for integrating the live chat. Let's just read this the text at the footer here. It says, despite how much value live chat adds to a company's website, it will be ineffective if visitors can't find your chat widget or it is positioned in a distracting manner. So this is actually a wonderful point here that we have here, because it's not all about integrating the live chat. I explained to you that integrating the live chat is one thing. The next thing is actually offering that support to your customers, because you have a chat widget there, you might as well use it. So your customers expect you to answer, to reply, or give them support to their issues. They expect you to give them support as quickly as possible. So if you have the chat widget in your website, you actually want to give them that support. So it will be ineffective if visitors can't find your widget or it's positioned in distracting manner. So this is a wonderful point that you need to consider. So let's just go through a few points of best practices of integrating the live chat into your business website. So one of those practices, the best practices is one, when choosing the color of the live chat widget, use colors that can be easily distinguished from the background of the website. So I can't actually stress this enough, that you actually have to use colors that are kind of different from the website. And I've explained why I say that. One, you usually have accessibility issues when you use a color that is too light, or use a color that is too darker than the, like, let me give you an example. Your website color is actually black. You really don't want to use a black widget, because your customers will not see this widget. So you want to choose colors that actually stand out from your website color, because it helps this widget to be easily accessible. Like I showed you, like when we created or when we integrated the chat widget in our in those platforms like the Shopify, the WordPress, and the Webflow site, you can see that we used colors that are actually easily distinguishable from the background of the website. So it will be easy on the eyes, and you can see the widget. It was immediately added there. We could be able to see it. So that is the point, that is one of the best practices of integrating the live chat, is that you choose colors that are actually in line, that actually rhyme, and colors that are not too that can be hidden from the website. So that's one of that. And then another one is that try not to use a dark colored widget on a dark colored background, and vice versa, to avoid your visitors missing the live chat widget. So you don't want to use, like I earlier explained, you don't want to use a dark colored widget on a dark colored background. So because your customers won't be able to see the widget, and they might easily miss the widget when they want to offer you support. So it is a no-brainer of adding a chat widget if the customers are not going to see it. So another wonderful benefit is that you can add a company, or a best practice is that you can add a company logo to personalize the chat widget. This helps to make your widget more welcoming to visitors and make it non-generic. So you saw how we did that in the website that we created, the Shopify and the WordPress site. You saw that we added the logo of the company. So this is one of the reasons why I said adding this logo is super, super important, because it's actually a best practice for people. And the reason is that when a customer clicks the widget, so the customer actually, it gives the first impression the customer has is, okay, this widget it looks friendly, because, and if your website is yellow and black and the background is white, you use a color like yellow for the widget, that makes it unique, that makes it look the same, that makes it look similar, so it's easily accessible to the customer. So that is one of the reasons why adding a logo is important, because it's like tells your customer that this widget is still about the website, is customized to the website. So that is super, super important and a wonderful practice when you are integrating a live chat. And then the final one is that avoid adding the chat widget in places that don't require it. So there are instances where the chat widget might not be the best thing to add in a particular page. There are some pages where you don't necessarily need to add a chat widget. Like an example is in an e-commerce store, we have a checkout page where you have to click the checkout. The customer is trying to check out of a sales, and that is not really a nice place to add a widget. If you want to add a widget, you have other places like the home page, the about page, and maybe you have a blog section. So these are good places where you can add the chat widget, and not really in places like a checkout page. So you actually know what your customers, or you know what your website looks like and the structure and everything. So you add the widget according to what your page looks like. If it's a one-page website, you can add just the widget on the home page. So depending, this is depending on the number of pages your website has. So that's one of the best practices. So this is the best practice of integrating a live chat in your website. So moving on. So now we have Chatwoot and Aviyel. So Chatwoot is the open source software that we actually use today to integrate the live chat. You saw the features that Chatwoot offers. You saw all the incredible things that we could do with Chatwoot and how to customize the Chatwoot widgets to have like a more wonderful feel or a homely feel in your website. And then Aviyel as a platform. Aviyel is a platform that is hosting this talk today. Aviyel is actually a wonderful open source community of developers, maintainers, and content creators. So they have on a mission to like bridge the gap between open source projects. So there's like a gap between open source projects, and one of the issues that open source projects have is like having a way to like make money out of their project. So Aviyel is a platform that is actually in charge of doing such an awesome thing in the community. So Aviyel is partnering with Chatwoot to like bring you some awesome features, giving you awesome things. So if you like projects like Chatwoot, you can check out Aviyel platform. I will share the link of Aviyel, which is the you're actually in now. But I'll still share the link so that you can see some other things that Aviyel is working on, and you can see how Aviyel is partnering with Chatwoot to bring you amazing benefits.